On October 4th, 2021, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/iTzJay0. It's on the screen right now. Link in the description below. I'm going to be streaming over on Twitch, so go follow me on Twitch. I know this is a long video, so I'm not going to hold you up that much. But if you watch it all the way through, I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like on it. Without further ado, let's get into the video. I also recorded this on OBS, so it doesn't sound the same, so that kind of explains that. So, yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's Joe. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a good one. And today I'm going to be bringing you guys a video on the correct Call of Duty tier list. This is the correct one. There's no other tier list but this one. Every other opinion is a wrong opinion, I promise you. So back in my last Infinite Warfare video, I dropped a little teaser of the tier list. If you guys want to go back there and watch it, I'm not going to spoil it or anything. Go watch the video. It's a pretty good one. So I'm going to be going in chronological order from first game to the last one. So I'm going to be going from COD 4 all the way up to COD Mobile. So yeah, here we go. The first Call of Duty game we have on the list is COD 4. Call of Duty 4, man, it's classic, man. It's classic. This is the first Call of Duty game I started with personally. You know, even though I was only a few years old, just playing the campaign and shit. You know, that's all I was really playing. I wasn't playing multiplayer all too much, but now I revisited the multiplayer now, like pretty recently, and a few years ago, periodically, whenever I feel like I should boot up some COD 4, I play a little bit of COD 4. So yeah, I'm gonna rank this game right here, just because I never really experienced it in its prime. I'm gonna rank that one a B tier. All right, so the next Call of Duty game we have on the list is Call of Duty World at War. World at War, man, this game right here. The first time I actually played World at War, it wasn't after COD 4. It was when Advanced Warfare came out back. I forgot what year it was, but the year that Advanced Warfare came out, which I believe was like 2014. That's when I got World at War, and this is before it was all hacked to shit on 360. I had it on 360, so I was actually playing it with a nice, small, thriving community. So I played it out of its prime, but yet it was still a fun experience. So I'm gonna have to throw World at War at A tier. Next up, we have Modern Warfare 2, man. Modern Warfare 2. I don't think I really even need to say anything about this game. It's obvious where this one's going. This one's gonna be our first S tier of the video, and it's not too many of those. It's a good amount of them, but not too many. Modern Warfare 2, man, was insane. The weapon balancing was honestly atrocious. It was a buggy ass game, but yet that's what made it fun. You know, everything was overpowered and nothing really was. You know, you can use anything and be viable with it. The sniping community, as you guys know, is thriving. That's where all the Call of Duty YouTubers, when the montages, this is when the game shifted, and this is when Call of Duty really became like a community of players and shit. I'm not gonna lie. Modern Warfare 2 really paved the way. Alright, next up we have Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1, I really got into this game, man. I've been playing this shit a whole lot recently. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even though I don't have it on PC, I played it on damn near every platform it was intended to be on. So Black Ops 1, what can I have to say, man? Yeah, you have the infamous weapon, you know, you have the face paints and shit returning, a deep level of customization and all of that, man. Black Ops 1 was really that game, I'm not gonna lie. So we gotta have to give Black Ops 1 the A tier rating. I'm not giving it S tier because I really wasn't in deep into this multiplayer at this point. I was still playing Lego Batman and shit. So I really wasn't a true Call of Duty head, but it's a good game, man. I admire what it's done. Next up, we have Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 is the game that really got me back into Call of Duty. Sledgehammer's first title, you know, Sledgehammer, they're pretty good. You know, they nail shit on the head. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna have to give Modern Warfare 3 an A tier. Now, this is when I really started getting good because I was playing survival, getting better at the game, and then I went to multiplayer and it was just transferring over and shit. I wasn't really a grinder on this game though. I'm not gonna lie. I mainly played survival and shit. So I got to give Modern Warfare 3 the A tier rating right there. Next up, we got Black Ops 2. Again, do I need to say more, man? Black Ops 2, this game really gets most of the praise because of the memories that it brought. Everybody met their friend on Black Ops 2. Either shit talking each other 1v1 and it became cool, or however your origin story was. Everyone has fond memories of Black Ops 2, man. And it's S tier, man. The game was actually solid. You know, weapon balance was pretty good. You know, you had all the DLC packs. Zombies was excellent. Or not rating the zombies. Campaign was even fucking good too. It was just an overall solid game. The average Call of Duty fan, not average Call of Duty fan, but where most of the market says this is where it starts to go downhill. And next up we have Call of Duty Ghosts. So Call of Duty Ghosts right here, to me it was not a terrible game as people say it was. Ghosts was really a good game, I'm not gonna lie. You know, they did have some big ass maps and shit. They started to stray away from the classic COD formula. It was a pretty lackluster game, to be honest. So I'm just gonna give Ghost a C tier. I still had a pretty good time on it though. I met some pretty good people on Ghost. So next up on the list, we got Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, the first jetpack Call of Duty game, the first game to introduce supply drops and stat-changing variants, which you can only get through supply drops, which you get for, you get from playing the game, but you primarily get them for buying, which kind of makes the game pay to win. So Advanced Warfare to me, gameplay-wise, it was excellent. It's an excellent game. You know, it was the worst out of the 3 jetpack games, but it was not bad by far, I'm not gonna lie. So honestly, deep down inside, I'm gonna give Advanced Warfare a B tier. I put it on the same ranking as COD 4. Yes, you might wanna, put me on the cross for that one, but actually think about it now. I changed my mind. I changed my mind a whole lot. I'm throwing Advanced Warfare on the A tier. It wasn't the worst out of the 3. So next up we have Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3, insane game. I'm not gonna lie. I still play it a ton to this day. You know, the PC modded scene is crazy. You know, modded zombies, modded multiplayer, modded campaign, even all of that shit. You mod your game the fuck out through the Steam Workshop, which, if they're gonna switch it from Steam to Battle.net, they should at least throw mod tools people away, man, so we can get some mods in these new Call of Duty games, since the basic games themselves are so fucking boring. Black Ops 3 to me, honestly, was the best feeling Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare 2019, hands down. Like, it felt the best. Like, it moved. The movement was so smooth. You had movement tech that you don't really pick up at first, but then once you master it, you can just outmaneuver people, you know. That's what I liked about the advanced movement games. The ability to outmaneuver your opponents, man. I'm not gonna lie, I like that a lot. But Black Ops 3, it was a really good game. I really didn't play it during its prime, but at this point in time, I had my eyes focused on something else, a different game, Overwatch. And I was still playing Advanced Warfare 2, you know. Overwatch wasn't out yet, but I was just hype as fuck for that game, so all I was really playing was Advanced Warfare still. But Black Ops 3 is a good ass game. I'm gonna give it a B tier. It's not the worst out of the 3, but just off the multiplayer itself, you know, the supply drop system was way worse than Advanced Warfare's. It was way more scummy since you're able to get weapon variants, but it only for your attachments and shit, you know. It was just so weak with all the decals and shit. It was so watered down. And also group that up with the fact that I really didn't even play the game like that. I'm gonna have to just give it a lower rating than Advanced Warfare. So next up we have Infinite Warfare, man. If you know me, you already know where this game is going. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's going in the S tier. Infinite Warfare is personally my favorite Call of Duty game of all time. There is no changing that fact. You know, Infinite Warfare had the most fair supply drop system out of all of the advanced supply drop games, and it also just felt like Black Ops 3 but way smoother, you know. You take a look at the maps, you know, there's not really any terrible maps in the game for real. You know, yeah, you had some of the weapon balance, they started to go awry, it started to go off the fucking hooks towards the later half of the year, but that's like that for every Call of Duty game. They just don't worry about this game, they're going on to the next title and shit, and they just start throwing a bunch of fuck shit in the game, so. And next up, we also have Modern Warfare Remastered. Modern Warfare Remastered is gonna get the same exact rating as COD 4 because I didn't even have that. Next up, we have World War II. Call of Duty World War II. World War II was one of those games, dude. I'm not gonna lie. When I think about it now, it was a good game. You know, towards the later half, after they did the Division overhaul, they changed everything. They got their head on straight. You know, Sledgehammer. This gave me a lot of respect for Sledgehammer as a studio in general. This gave me a lot of respect for Sledgehammer as a studio in general, man. I'm not gonna lie. It gave me a lot of respect. They abandoned their core ideologies and just changed it all for the greater good of the game, honestly. When the game first came out, honestly, I really didn't like it. The only thing I liked to do in the game was snipe on like 2 or 3 maps because all of the other ones were kind of bad, honestly. And then they started adding a lot better maps, a lot of good weapons, and added new divisions and things like that, added new perks. It was just a good game towards the later half of the year, and it's even still a good game now. I still go back and play World War II from time to time. Next up, we have Black Ops 4. In my opinion, this is the last good Call of Duty game. I'm not gonna lie. In my opinion, this is the last good Call of Duty game, 100%. Black Ops 4 to me gets A tier. Everyone loves to hate on Black Ops 4 for some reason. Yeah, it didn't have a campaign. The zombies was kind of trash. It was fucking dog. It was dog shit. I'm not gonna lie. The zombies was dog shit. But the multiplayer was insanely fun. You know, the first game I played in the beta, I realized like, yeah, this game's gonna be the shit. And guess what? The game was exactly the shit, man. You know, the weekend 1 of the beta, you were able to jump over people's heads and shit. Yeah, it played a little bit like Overwatch with the abilities and 5v5 and shit like that. But yeah, I really don't mind it, you know. Everyone's saying, oh, every agent or every specialist gets an ability and a weapon. It makes it super spammy. Yeah, it was super spammy, I'm not gonna lie. But if you were a good player, I really didn't play for like nukes and shit like that. That type of shit really didn't upset me. if I died to somebody doing that. But I'd rather have that than the Cold War score streak system where you literally can just camp for a 10 kill streak and have like 10,000 score. I really don't want to have to deal with shit like that. I'd rather have to deal with getting spammed up by specialists than everybody earning good kill streaks just because they're camping and shit. It's retarded. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big fan of it. So Black Ops 4 get the A tier. It's a really good game. The weapon balancing was honestly superb. Damn near throughout the entire year up until they added the VMP. And since the game didn't get that many updates, they released a great product on launch. And it didn't get a lot of updates besides a bunch of reskin maps and shit and a bunch of remakes. It kept it good, you know, like they didn't have any time to shaft the game and shit for real. You know, they did add supply drops into this game. We're kind of really thinking about it now. The only way you can get supply drops at first is by just playing the game. But up until they add like the weapon bribes and shit, that's when they got a little Black Ops 3-esque. So that's what's holding it from S tier. I'm not gonna lie. Like all the maps in BO4 were memorable. I really would not be opposed to having Militia remastered. And that map is really good. Like that's an insane map. BO4 has some really good maps. And speaking of really good maps, a game that did not have good maps and which killed it was Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare 2019 gets the D tier. It's honestly, it was the worst COD game since Cold War. Modern Warfare 2019 as a whole was an insane game. This game right here really revolutionized Call of Duty. It saved the series, to be honest with you. Because looking at Black Ops 4, everybody fucking hated it. And then everyone's like, oh man, Call of Duty is fucking losing and shit. You know, they came out with like 5 bad games in a row, so they're done for. But then Modern Warfare 2019 dropped and everybody fucking loved it. And the main reason I don't like the game is because every map in the game is fucking terrible, besides Shoot House. Like, there are only 3 maps in Modern Warfare that I really genuinely like and that play good on 6v6. You shouldn't have to load up the map with 10, 20, 30 players just to make it feel like a classic 6v6 map did back in the day. The weapon balancing in Modern Warfare was kind of an issue. It was kind of an issue during launch, and then every time they added a new DLC weapon, it was stronger than the last one. You know, they didn't know how to calm down with all the power creep in that game with the DLC weapons. And yeah, this introduced the heavy skill-based matchmaking that we all know and love today. But me personally, I didn't feel the Modern Warfare skill-based matchmaking was as strong as Cold War's. You know, Drifter, they did their experiment saying it's exactly the same. But to me, it does not feel the same to me. I'm not going to lie to you. And next up, we have Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I'm not going to lie, this is sincerely probably the only game that'll get an F tier on this list. Modern Warfare was a great game. It felt good. You know, the guns were, the game felt insane. The movement was amazing. You know, in Cold War, it was just clunky. It really just felt super clunky. It felt like BO4, but clunkier somehow. I don't understand. And BO4 was a kind of a clunky ass game. When I played the Cold War beta, I said, oh, this kind of feels like Black Ops 4, but worse. And, you know, they could have really just came out with a Black Ops 4 update, and we would have been good. I'm not gonna lie. Or they could have even just skipped this year entirely and just added a bunch of Black Ops maps into Modern Warfare 2019, and there you go. We would have had a blast too. But no, they just had to rush this game out. The game was terrible at launch. The game still is terrible now. The skill-based matchmaking is just worse. I don't know if the players just got better or something. I don't know what's going on. The weapon balancing in the game is dead ass atrocious. I'm not gonna lie to you. The snipers are fucking terrible. Even though they're the slowest they've ever been in the game, they're some of the weakest they've ever been as well. They have that weak ass streak system. I'm not gonna lie, I don't understand why you should. Yeah, you probably should get rewarded just a little bit extra score, but you probably should put on a perk for that. That's what Hardline was for. If you got more kills, you got a little bit extra score than everybody else. But instead of doing Hardline, they basically gave that to everybody. Hardline on crack. But I don't understand. Like, if you're sitting in the house, you get 7 kills. You know you have damn near all your kill streaks, and then you got the War Machine now, and that gets you even more kills. It's just fucking terrible. I'm not gonna lie, it's terrible. People camping for streaks and they don't reset on death either. That's really the recipe for disaster. For me personally, I'm not a real big fan of Black Ops Cold War, man. I played the hell out of it in the beginning. It was kind of fun, but it's really not that fun anymore. At first, I had Modern Warfare on F tier and Cold War on D, but just because the maps were better. But sitting there really thinking about it, that was the only problem with Modern Warfare. So that's why I'm just gonna give that a D tier for that. So next up on this list, yes, I have the Call of Duty Vanguard beta on this tier list because yeah, we got a feel of the new game. You know, it's pretty good. It feels good. I'm not gonna lie. Call of Duty Vanguard feels pretty good. It feels like Modern Warfare, but a little slower. Just a tad bit slower, I'm not gonna lie. But the beta was kind of lackluster. You really only had a few weapons that you can use. The weapon balancing is dead ass awful. You can only use the MP40, the Thompson, the STG. The snipers are fucking god awful again this year, but you can probably make them a little bit better though. You know, you probably could build them way faster than you could in Cold War. But you know, the only guns I really used was the bar. I used a little bit of every weapon in the game. You know, they're all pretty good, but the STG and the MP40 are just simply better in every which way possible. Hey, there's no problem with that. But when they come out with the full game, they better have a whole bunch of weapons that are just better, you know, honestly. If you want to make a few guns overpowered, just take the MW2 out, make them all OP. You know, the maps are pretty good when you played on Blitz. You know, the only bad map was Red Star. They started coming out with 20 maps at launch, and if these 3 or 4 maps are just a bunch of mid-ass maps, I really won't be mad. You know, you have like 17 to 15 other maps you need to show. A few of them have to be good, and hopefully half the roster's good. You know, it's looking good this year for Call of Duty. I really didn't like the last 2 years all too well, as you guys can see. But hopefully these next 2 years, this next year, Call of Duty is gonna be pretty good. You know, we're gonna group these 2 games together, honestly, because they're really the same thing for real. We have Call of Duty Online and Call of Duty Mobile. Call of Duty Online just got shut down. It's basically a mosh pit of every single Call of Duty game. You have maps from Treyarch games, Infinity Ward games, Sledgehammer games. Just a bunch of guns from new and old, you know, it's just a mosh. Call of Duty Online, even though I didn't really get to play it, I tried to play it, it didn't work out for me at all, and they shut the servers down so you can't even play it anymore. It gets in this because it's just the best of Call of Duty. You know, how can you really fuck that up? Watching gameplay over there for the years. And Call of Duty Mobile as well. It's just also a best of Call of Duty game. And they're still updating it to this day with new content and shit. You know, because Call of Duty Mobile really doesn't get much love. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't get much love. You know, the main 3 games they got now is Cold War, Mobile, and Warzone. Those are the 3 games they got. They mainly shut down Call of Duty Online because it was kind of interfering with mobile over there. They wanted to breach into the mobile market over there in China, so they just shut Online down just so they could hold this, you know. So here we go. We have the correct Call of Duty tier list. This is the correct list. There's no other list but this one. You know, if you don't agree with the list, then hey, I guess you just not playing Call of Duty. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you guys did, drop a like on it, subscribe for more content on the iTzJay channel. And yeah, if you stay with me, if you stayed this long, thank you so much, man. It really means a lot to me. And if you're already here this long, follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Links are both in the description below. I'm gonna be streaming on Twitch Monday, October 4th. So if you guys enjoy, see you guys in the next one.